Utilizing these steep cliffs and dense ravines, we strike fast and then vanish, turning the land itself into our strongest ally. The rugged terrain of the Deccan Plateau was instrumental in shaping the Marathas' lightning-fast guerrilla warfare, known as Ganimi Cover.
How did fort-centered warfare refine power in Western India?
How did fort-centered warfare redefine power in Western India?
Despite the immense scale of the Mughal artillery, the strategic placement and fierce defense of the Maratha forts often turned siege. Mughal siege warfare utilized overwhelming firepower, yet the Maratha defenses often turned these sieges into prolonged and costly wars of attrition.
Speed and mobility were paramount to the Maratha success. Their light cavalry executed rapid maneuver.
The Marathas' success was rooted in their mastery of speed and mobility, allowing them to strike quickly and retreat before the enemy could respond.
Why did conventional Mughal warfare struggle in guerrilla conditions? Why did conventional Mughal warfare struggle in guerrilla conditions?
They circumvented us again, Commander. The raids are taking their toll on the garrison.
Toll? It is exhaustion. These endless skirmishes are breaking my spirit. These raids are breaking the men, Bahadur. They strike and vanish.
But we have reinforced the borders.
It is useless.
How did prolonged warfare alter Mughal military discipline? How did prolonged warfare alter Mughal military discipline? The Mughals relied on massive, slow-moving supply lines and heavy artillery. In stark contrast, while the Mughals moved with immense, cumbersome baggage trains, the Maratha system emphasized speed. How did Maratha warfare challenge imperial notions of conquest? How did Maratha warfare challenge imperial notions of conquest?
They march towards the pass, Sardar. Their strength is greater than anticipated.
We must intercept them before dawn. Mobilize the cavalry immediately.
We are camped near the river, my lord, expecting no movement until morning.
Good. We will use the southern pass and strike before sunrise.
Why did the Mughal Empire fail to secure lasting control over the Deccan? Why did the Mughal Empire fail to secure lasting control over the Deccan?
We strike here at dawn, then melt back into the hills. Speed and surprise are paramount.
It shall be done, Maharaj.
How did Aurangzeb's personal leadership affect Mughal war outcomes?
Aurangzeb's personal leadership, while centralized and often rigid, ensured disciplined campaigns. His relentless
Local alliances are critical for the Maratha resistance against the Mughals. United, we secure our homeland.
The river is impassable due to the monsoon. We must revise the entire strategy.
We will take the eastern pass.
Evaluate the Mughal reliance on heavy artillery in the Deccan Wars. How did Maratha commanders exploit Mughal supply lines? How did Maratha commanders exploit Mughal supply lines?
The rugged terrain of the Western Ghats proved decisive. The Marathas' mastery of these lands, combined with swift guerrilla kingdom breeze. The Marathas' intimate knowledge of the treacherous Western Ghats allowed them to utilize guerrilla warfare tactics. The transformation of Maratha warfare post-Shivaji marked a significant shift. They moved from swift
Under the Peshwas, the Maratha army evolved beyond Shivaji's guerrilla tactics, incorporating.
Why did Mughal numerical superiority fail to ensure victory?
Why did Mughal numerical superiority fail to ensure victory?
Decentralized command was central to the Maratha strategy. Smaller, highly mobile units struck independently.
Examine the role of decentralized command in Maratha strategy.
The relentless cost of maintaining vast armies and expensive siege equipment bled the imperial treasury dry.
How did war expenses weaken Mughal fiscal stability?
The constant campaigning severely impacted Mughal morale, leading to widespread exhaustion and resentment among the ranks.
The stability of the conquered territory is as crucial as the victory itself.
And the revenue assessment, Sardar.
Yes, these determine our next move. The success of our campaigns relies on efficient revenue administration in the newly acquired territories. We must administer as fiercely as we fight. How did fort losses affect Mughal strategic planning? The loss of those forts cripples our western supply lines. We must reroute the armies through the Hinjar Pass and strike south.
Evaluating the effectiveness of Mughal counter-guerrilla measures reveals their struggle against agile, decentralized forces in the Deccan.
After them! Do not let them escape! Cavalry, charge now!
The rapid retreat, or Ganimikava, was central to Maratha strategy. It allowed their lighter cavalry to evade the superior
The rapid retreat, or Ganimikava, allowed the Marathas to evade decisive engagement, preserving their strength. How did Maratha warfare reshape regional military culture? 31. Examine the Mughal failure to integrate Deccan elites. Examine the Mughal failure to integrate Deccan elites.
The swift and unconventional Maratha tactics, known as Ganimikava, profoundly influenced subsequent regional powers.
The Marathas perfected the art of Ganimikava, or guerrilla warfare. By striking at dawn, their light cavalry mapped states. The Marathas perfected what they called Ganimikava, or guerrilla warfare, by utilizing the element of surprise.
How did Mughal Maratha warfare contribute to administrative decentralization? How did Mughal Maratha warfare contribute to administrative decentralization? How did Mughal Maratha warfare contribute to administrative decentralization?
How did Maratha leaders maintain unity under constant pressure?
37. How did Maratha leaders maintain unity under constant pressure?
The Mughal difficulty in defending conquered territory was immense, marked by logistical strain and constant rebellion. Examine the Mughal difficulty in defending conquered territory. How did Maratha warfare challenge Mughal imperial ideology?
Through swift, decentralized guerrilla tactics, the Marathas undermined the Mughals' reliance on heavy armies and grand siege warfare.
हल्ला करा वेगाने जा आणि त्यांचे बाजूने घेरा Attack the supply line now.
This reliance on speed and strategic raids, rather than pitched battles, defined Maratha military adaptability.
Evaluate the effectiveness of Mughal fort garrisons in hostile territory.
Ready the Zabel. Aim for the center pass.
The fuse is lit, Captain!
Fire! Close the ranks! Why is the artillery not firing? We cannot let them escape again. How did Maratha warfare reduce Mughal strategic flexibility?
The prolonged Deccan campaign severely tested the centralized command, straining resources and exposing the limits of imperial authority.
I want that fort taken by the next full moon. Send more heavy artillery immediately.
Push harder. Move the engine. We're losing too many men.
The Mughal-Maratha wars were primarily caused by the ambitious expansion of the Mughal Empire under Aurangzeb in
Your Highness, the Mughal threat is growing. We must unite the Deccan or lose everything to Aurangzeb's ambition.
He transformed the conflict, using swift cavalry to challenge the Mughal might across the Deccan. How did Aurangzeb's policies contribute to the wars?
How did Aurangzeb's policies contribute to the wars?
The Battle of Purandar forced Chhatrapati Shivaji to sign the treaty, ceding key forts and demonstrating the military might of the Mughal Empire.
These are the terms, Maharaj. You must surrender the 23 forts.
I accept these terms for the sake of my people, Mirza Raja Sahib.
These are the terms, Maharaj. 23 forts to the empire and a pledge of loyalty.
It is done. We will uphold the Treaty of Purandar.
Cut them down and retreat to the hills.
The supply lines are strained.
Protect the elephants. To arms. They are attacking the rear guard.
The Mughal administrative challenges in the Deccan were vast, characterized by rugged terrain and fierce resistance.
The rugged Deccan effectively neutralized the Mughals' superior numbers and heavy artillery. This difficult terrain became the Marathas' greatest ally. The rugged Deccan plateau favored the agile Marathas, while the monsoon rains and difficult terrain severely hampered the heavy Mughal forces.
Om Agnaye Swaha, Om Somaya Swaha, Om Bhurbhuva, Om Aim Hrim Klem Chamundaye Viche, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki.
From the opulent courts of the Mughals to the rugged Deccans, the clash between the emperor and the insurgent was
The conflict between the opulent Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb and the resilient Maratha leader Shivaji
Perched high in the Sahyadris, these stone citadels allowed the Marathas to control the surrounding valleys and resist their enemies. For the Marathas, these hill forts were not just shelters, but strategic strongholds essential for their enduring resistance.
The endless wars of the Mughal Empire strained the imperial treasury, as the military campaigns dragged.
Their failure was multifaceted, stemming from slow mobilization, the effectiveness of Maratha guerrilla warfare, and crippling economic drain.
The Mughal reliance on heavy artillery and slow-moving elephants proved disastrous against the swift Maratha guerrilla tactics.
The conflict was fueled by imperial expansion under Aurangzeb. The rise of Maratha nationalism led.
For decades, the Mughal Empire, driven by imperial ambition, clashed with the resilient Maratha warrior.
Har Har Mahadev! Charge! Har Har Mahadev! Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj ki Jai! We have them on the run! Push forward! Jai Bhavani! Jai Shivaji!
We will not back down!
Clear the square! Go back! Get back!
We must secure the western front before the monsoon. Move the cavalry division immediately.
But Rajmata, The Mughal forces are stronger there. We must secure this route through the Western Ghats immediately.
The supply lines here are vulnerable. We strike here instead.
Agreed. Prepare the cavalry.
We have been marching for months.
When will this end? The supplies are running low.
The Deccan campaigns are costing us dearly. The soldiers grew restless.
But the chests are nearly empty, Wazir. How can we sustain this?
The capital moves south. We will oversee the campaigns from this very camp.
It shall be done, my emperor.
The stability of the empire depends on controlling these southern lands. We must press the siege.
The fortress will fall, Sire.
Har Har Mahadev! Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai Bhavani, Jai Shivaji, for Swaraj!
Here is the grain, as required.
See that the count is accurate. We will return next season for the remainder.
The unified Maratha Confederacy launched a direct and successful challenge to the authority of the Mughal Empire.
Your support strengthens our Swarajya. We move tonight. We are ready, Sardar. The mountain pass is clear.
The weaknesses of the Mughal Empire exposed by the wars. A humble offering from the Maratha Dominion, Khan Sahib.
We shall review the articles of this treaty with due diligence.
As stipulated here, the forts remain under our administration.
Very well. We accept these terms for the sake of the accord.
Forward, soldiers! The Deccan will be ours. We march now. Win this for the Empire. The Deccan will be ours. Signal the advance and break the walls of that fortress.
As the Mughal Empire expanded, the constant wars with the Marathas strained their resources, leading to imperial overstretch. The endless Mughal-Maratha wars pushed the empire to its breaking point, resulting in a crippling imperial overstretch.
Quickly, take everything you can carry. Burn the rest.
Stop them! Why won't my soldiers listen to me?
They are moving the artillery through the Kothal Ghat Pass tomorrow morning, Sahib. We must intercept them there.
The Mughals are moving tonight, my lord. The pass will be unguarded.
Good work. We strike at dawn. Sound the alert.
Quickly, load the textiles. Leave the carts.
Please, Sahib, do not take everything. We have families. This is Maratha territory now. Pay the chaut or suffer the consequences. Hold your ground, men. Do not break formation. They flee. The mountain is ours. Fall back! It's an ambush! They flee! Drive them from our lands!
How Deccan campaigns weakened Mughal control in North India.
Charge! For the Empire!
The night is young, my love.
Jai Shivaji! Har Har Mahadev!
This was the turning point. The Maratha rise challenged Mughal supremacy, forever changing the course of Indian history.
Har Har Mahadev! Har Har Mahadev!
Influence of Mughal Maratha wars on later Maratha expansion.
The prolonged conflict with the Mughals forged the Marathas into a formidable power, enabling their rapid expansion throughout the 18th century.
Har Har Mahadev! Fire!
Shivaji's innovative use of light cavalry allowed his forces to strike quickly and retreat before the enemy could respond.
This terrain is impossible! Silence!
Keep the column closed and watch for loose rock.
Reasons behind the Mughal inability to crush the Marathas completely.
Har Mahadev! Halt! Pay the transit tax or turn back now.
Have mercy, Sahib. We cannot pay such a steep price.
Har Har Mahadev!
We are under attack. To arms!
Har Har Mahadev! Attack! We are under attack. To arms!
Why the Deccan became a graveyard for Mughal power.
The Marathas are relentless, but our resolve is stronger. The Deccan will be ours.
This decisive defeat marked a turning point, highlighting the significant contribution of the Maratha campaigns to the decline of Mughal power.
The Maratha onslaught proved devastating, draining the Mughal treasury and paving the way for their eventual collapse.
That is not enough, old man. It is all I have left after the harvest. Har Har Mahadev! Jai Bhavani! Har Mahadev!
The battlefield smoke cleared to reveal a new reality. With the stroke of a pen, the balance of power in India shifted decisively.
Charge for Swarajya! Jai Shivaji! The Confederacy must stand united against the Mughals. This is the only way forward.
We are in agreement. Let the preparations begin.
The Marathas utilized swift cavalry raids, a classic example of asymmetric warfare against the structured British regiments.
How Maratha resilience reshaped Indian politics.
From the rugged Sahyadri forts, the Marathas rose, their resilience forging an empire that...
This is all that remains of the grain. You take too much.
Do not accuse me. We are all starving because of this endless war.
This soil is ours. Our identity as Marathas demands that we fight for Swarajya, for our land. Who stands with Shivaji? Har Har Mahadev!
The empire's grandeur was challenged by relentless war, ultimately leading to the fracturing of its power.
To the walls! Break the siege!
With the blessings of the Peshwa, this new era of power begins.
We must strike here, at the heart of their defense. Prepare the cavalry!
discontent. The opulence of the Mughals clashed with the rising Maratha power. Decades of brutal warfare followed. In the swift campaigns of the Marathas, the speed of intelligence was paramount. A delay could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Assessing the Maratha campaigns reveals that swift communication was paramount, enabling rapid cavalry movements across the Deccan.
After all these years of fighting, the good men are gone. We are scraping the bottom of the barrel.
By launching swift and sudden attacks, the Marathas crippled the Mughal revenue system and acquired resources for their own expansion.
How did Maratha raids disrupt Mughal revenue collection?
The Maratha resistance demonstrated the critical role of endurance, patiently waiting in the rugged landscape before engaging the enemy.
Analyze the role of endurance and patience in Maratha resistance. Examine the contrast between Mughal ambition and Maratha resilience. The Mughals represented imperial ambition, but they faced the fierce resilience of the Marathas.
How did Mughal overconfidence shape early war decisions?
How did Mughal overconfidence shape early war decisions?
The military value of the Maratha units lay in their speed and flexibility. Utilizing swift guerrilla tactics,
the Marathas' strength lay not in numbers, but in speed. Their decentralized, highly mobile units could strike fast and disappear just as quickly.
How did Maratha warfare exploit Mughal dependence on urban centers?
How did Maratha warfare exploit Mughal dependence on urban centers? The loyalty networks in the south are the bedrock of our success.
We must utilize them to secure this route, Shrimant.
Then it is decided.
The massive Mughal army, accustomed to the plains, found their war elephants in...
How did the Mughal army struggle with unfamiliar battle conditions?
How did Maratha warfare undermine Mughal prestige without direct conquest?
How did Maratha warfare undermine Mughal prestige without direct conquest?
Time was their weapon. The Maratha cavalry utilized the monsoon rains, striking swiftly.
Analyze the importance of time as a weapon in Maratha strategy. 60. How did Mughal-Maratha conflicts redefine the meaning of victory? As the saffron flag rose above the walls, it signaled a new dawn. Victory was redefined.
The monsoon makes the rivers impassable. We must wait.
We strike when the dry season begins. Where are they moving the supplies? Tell me now.
They went south, through the Banneker Pass. The main force marched just this morning.
Where are they moving the supplies? Tell me now.
They went south, through the Banneker Pass. The main force marched just this morning.
They are weak at the southern flank, sire. The main force is there.
Mobilize the regiments. We attack at once.
They are weak at the southern flank, sire. The main force is there.
Mobilize the regiments. We attack at once.
63. Assess the impact of war fatigue on Mughal decision-making.
Your Majesty, the army is exhausted. We cannot afford another siege.
Enough! We must secure the frontier, regardless of the cost.
Now, by employing swift guerrilla warfare and disrupting vital supply chains, the Marathas ensured that every Mughal victory came.
The Emperor demands his due. Hand over the grain now, or your village will suffer the consequences.
How did Maratha warfare encourage the rise of autonomous chiefs? How did Maratha warfare encourage the rise of autonomous chiefs?
How did Maratha war practices differ from earlier Indian warfare? How did Maratha war practices differ from earlier Indian warfare? The Mughal reliance on heavy artillery and massive formations proved vulnerable to the Marathas' swift, decentralized. This scroll secures the revenue rights for the entire Carnatic region. Our influence now spans the subcontinent.
Maratha success truly redefined power politics in India, establishing a new indigenous empire across the subcontinent.
Assess the Mughal failure to adapt to asymmetric warfare. Assess the Mughal failure to adapt to asymmetric warfare.
This was economic warfare. By demanding chowth or facing plunder, the Marathas systematically transferred wealth from the Mughals to their own treasury.
By seizing valuable goods and demanding the regional tribute known as chowth, the Marathas systematically drained the wealth of the Deccan.
How did Maratha warfare erode Mughal administrative authority?
The Marathas, utilizing swift Ganimikawa tactics, disrupt Mughal revenue collection by repeatedly raiding.
As we see here, the incessant warfare played immense strain on provincial governors.
The war had a devastating impact on provincial governance.
We must secure the treasury immediately. The emperor expects the revenue within the month.
How did Maratha commanders balance offense and survival? How did Maratha commanders balance offense and survival?
They think we are broken, but we are the Marathas. Hold the walls until the last breath.
It was this relentless persistence, even in the harshest conditions, that defined the Maratha military ethos.
The Mughals' heavy, conventional warfare was challenged by the Marathas' Ganimikawa, or guerrilla. How did Mughal-Maratha conflicts reshape the Deccan battlefield?
By utilizing the rugged landscape for swift, decentralized guerrilla attacks, the Marathas turned their numerical weakness into an advantage.
Your words are hollow, Raja. My patience, unlike my army, is not endless. Accept the terms or face the consequences.
Examine the Mughal reliance on force over negotiation. How did Maratha resistance expose the limits of empire? How did Maratha war tactics frustrate imperial expectations?
How did Maratha war tactics frustrate imperial expectations? From swift cavalry raids to disciplined ranks. Hold the line. Fire at will.
From the swift cavalry of the early kings to the organized might of the Peshwas, the Maratha military underwent a profound.
Decades of costly warfare depleted the imperial treasury, decentralized power, and paved the way for the eventual collapse of the Mughal Empire.
The prolonged Deccan campaigns severely strained the Mughal treasury and manpower. The Marathas utilized swift, unconventional warfare, disrupting the elaborate Mughal command structures.
Har Har Mahadev! Attack the convoy! Stop them! Protect the supplies! Get to the left flank, quickly!
How did Maratha resistance redefine victory and defeat? How did Maratha resistance redefine victory and defeat?
The effectiveness of the Marathas' indirect warfare lay in their speed and knowledge of the terrain, allowing them to strike vulnerable supply lines.
After them, quickly!
How did Maratha tactics challenge Mughal battlefield dominance?
The Maratha flanking maneuver here neutralized the heavy Mughal artillery.
Right, integrating guerrilla tactics remains central to our doctrine.
How did Maratha warfare weaken Mughal authority without conquest?
The Marathas utilized swift guerrilla warfare to raid vital trade routes, crippling the Mughal economy.
How did Mughal-Maratha conflicts alter the course of Indian warfare?
How did Mughal-Maratha conflicts alter the course of Indian warfare?
Against Neg. The immense Mughal army prioritized grand battles, yet the Marathas utilized swift, asymmetric tactics.
While the Mughals marched with overwhelming force, the Marathas employed ghanimikava, a form of asymmetric warfare that bled the empire dry.